In the Miller Time segment tonight, a group called CampusReform.org sponsored a contest asking college kids to send in courses they consider biased. The winner receives $500, and the course that won is given at Stanford University. It's entitled A History of the Police in the United States, Slave Patrols to Ferguson. Joining us now from Santa Barbara, California, a bit south of Stanford, Dennis Miller. Miller, before you get that, you're looking a little Don Henley-ish tonight, little Eagles, you know, with the...
Witchy woman, she's got...
I think that's a lawsuit by the Eagles right there. Dennis Miller, everyone. All right. You got the short pants on, and you've been studying up on the winner of the most biased college course. Tell me about it.
You know, Billy, if I could find an ISIS fighter with Ebola in Ferguson, I've got end of the world Yahtzee. Now, listen, I don't know why this is still applicable as a college course. I think the DOJ report, and I'm sure that Stedman wanted that report to come out that there was cop bias there. And when you mix that in with the clip of the guy beating up the grocer or slapping the grocer on, I think that Ferguson, as a racial bullying by the cop, has been disproved, hasn't it? According to the Department of Justice?
Apparently not at Stanford. Apparently at Stanford, this is like a let's wail on the cops from, you know, the earliest part of this country till now. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. So that won the most biased. Second most biased, Miller, is something I know you're interested in, taking Marx seriously. We're not talking Groucho. We're talking Carl here.
Oh, I didn't even know we were talking Carl. I thought we were talking Zeppo, who was always the smartest one because he would stay in the background and count the money. Listen, if you go onto a college campus nowadays, can I tell you something, Billy? Jesus Christ could appear on a college campus tomorrow afternoon and change water into wine, and the students would go after him for killing the microorganisms in the agua. That's how whacked it is on a college campus.
And that's Amherst College up in Massachusetts. The third place winner was the refusal to work at our favorite college these days, Cornell. We might have to send Waters up there. Refusal to work.
You want to know the quirky thing about the refusal to work course? Mandatory attendance. Mandatory attendance at the refusal to work course.
That's right.
Listen, it's the new way, Billy. You and I are old dinosaurs. 32-hour week, learn the lute, write some poems about Ferguson, you know, and study Karl Marx, and then get rich off studying Karl Marx. It's a brave new... It's a timid new world.
And this is how crazy this refusal to work is at Cornell. The professor will present the right, Miller, to laziness, malingering, shirking, dogging it, not understanding, sabotage, human within I can't even say it. Okay. But it's like how you can
Somebody put him on his right side and hold his tongue down. Put him on his right side.
How you can get away with doing nothing. I mean, that you know, for $65,000 a year at Cornell or whatever it is.
Why do I get the feeling that's not an 8 a.m. class?
That's right. It's got to be 3:30. And
I think that's a late afternoon, yeah.
Okay. Now, finally, Miller is traveling to Antarctica on assignment for the Factor to find out why the ice caps there are getting larger if the Earth is warming, Miller.
By the way, that was a close-up of Dean Martin's drink. I'm going down there in January, Billy, to give you a muckluck on the ground perspective. But, you know, it doesn't matter if it's getting thicker to the left. They're just going to tell you, they think yardsticks are the devil's scepter. They're going to insist that it's getting thinner. It doesn't matter. Oh, I've noticed what's happened in this world, Billy, is there used to be a schism between rationalists, people who would sit and ponder and think and reflect and come up with an opinion, and you'd have a schism between people who saw it in a different way. Now you have a schism between empiricists, people who take actual measurements and still disagree on it. I don't care if the science proves that it's getting thicker. They're going to say it's getting thinner. So that's why I practice the new religion, prognosticism. I'm a prognostic. If somebody comes up to me and they're for global warming and they say it's getting thinner, I lock my pod face on and I say, yes, it is.
You're
dangerously
right. Of course.
thin.
You're right. This is a recording. You should be a college professor, Miller.
They're not going to change their minds. But I will be down there auditioning new countries in January, and I'll give you a report, Billy.
Number one, leave the Penguins alone. Number two, you should be a college professor with all the big words, Miller. I mean, you had like 10 or 12 of them in this segment. And by the way, that report is from NASA. that some parts of Antarctica are losing ice, some parts are gaining ice. There it is. And Miller, we'll see you in Florida on Saturday night, Charlotte
Unless
on
I
Friday
fall
night.
through the ice. Unless I fall
That's
through the
right.
ice on my way there.
Those shows are sold out in Charlotte and at the Hard Rock, but the show in Phoenix, the only one left with tickets at the Comerica. BillO'Reilly.com has the info.